All right, folks. Well, what I want to talk about today is sort of a serious issue. As we all know, the obesity in this country is a problem. Weight gain is a problem. And, there's a lot of sources out there that will say, you're overweight and that's your fault. And, I don't exactly know if that's true. I've looked at some numbers and I kind of see the way things trend in the marketplace. Like at local grocery stores and things like that. And I don't know if you're overweight, it's your fault. I don't know if I'm buying into that whole thing. So we have added a new member to the TriJake team, and her name's Holly Kosel, and she is certified now with the National Academy of Sports Medicine as a weight loss specialist, and she's done some studies that sort of back up a little bit about what the problems are in this country and why people need help. And people don't think they need help. I got it. It's my problem. I can manage it is sort of the attitude they take. And that's not exactly, what it is. People do need help. And so we are employed to be of service. And so, Holly, welcome.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me, Jake.
Sure. And I am wondering what your opinion is on this problem nationwide.
Well, when I was studying for this, this course that I took, I was kind of surprised. But I think this part of the country, I don't think we see it quite as much as in some other parts of the country. I see a lot of people fitness and running and biking around here.
It's a fit community.
It's a fit community, but in the reading that I did and the studies, apparently nationwide, over two-thirds of people over 20 are either overweight or obese.
Oh, wow.
And over one-third, it would be considered obese. This is adults over 20 nationwide.
That's staggering.
I was staggered. I was just amazed. And I think a lot of it it has to do with, and this made sense to me, in our environment today, there's so much media that we get ourselves involved in, starting as children with, the iPads and the phones and the games and the gaming and stuff. So I think it's a culturally, we need to make a shift, and I think you're right, people need help with that.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
Well, what's also interesting too is, I've read some of the materials that you studied, and just for my own, I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested in this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I am as well.
And
nutrition.
There was another study that was done, and it was found that in particular areas, and we'll say the state of Massachusetts, right now, people in this area invest in fitness and in health, and in places where these numbers go way up. We were naming off some states before we came on today, Mississippi being one, Arkansas being one. I know my home state of Missouri is on the list right there. These people don't invest in health and wellness, and they don't think personal training is necessary. They don't think fitness is necessary. They think fitness is a luxury. And that's one of the reasons why I like being here in Wellesley, because smart people understand the value of investing in this stuff, and they seek the help.
Yep, I agree. And, I've had, some wonderful clients that I've been working with, and they, and I tell them, you might want to start with looking at what you're eating, like calories in versus calories expended. And, I've done an experiment where I've actually logged, and it's tedious and it is time consuming, so it's not fun, but just to see what you're eating during the day. And people think I probably eat about 1,500 calories a day. Well, I logged every little thing that I ate yesterday, and it came out to 1,700 calories a day, and I was aiming for 1,500. And if you put the food out, it didn't look like a lot of food. So I think I have a sandwich for lunch, maybe a bag of chips, or it's more calories than you think. So I think you need to sort of invest a little bit in yourself and have somebody help you and break it down, so that, because in order to lose weight or maintain weight, it's just a formula of calories in versus calories expended. So we're if we're eating 1,000 calories more a day than we actually even think we are, you're you're really setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, it's sort of the opposite of a bank account. It's a lot easier. Like if you're spending more than you're putting in, you're going to go bankrupt.
Right, and that's a little bit easier to see. I mean, some people maybe that have a shopping problem maybe like, where did the money go? But usually you know where the money goes. But if you don't know that, an apple has, between 85 and 90 calories, and that's easy, to sort of look up. But some of these meals that you might order at a restaurant, it's difficult. The calories sneak in there.
Yeah. And also on the other side of that, when you're talking about calories expended, I was doing some research on what it takes to burn 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
And first of all, it's pretty common knowledge in the fitness world that 3,500 calories equates 1 pound of fat loss, like real fat loss, like not water weight or anything like that. So
right.
3,500 calories for 1 pound.
Right.
Right. Now that's a lot.
Right.
Now,
and over the course of a week, it's possible.
Right. Yes.
But
over the course of a week, it's right. Exactly. But if you say like, well, I'm going to burn 1,000 calories, and I'm
going to go for a jog.
I'm going to go for a jog. I'm going to burn 1,000 calories. You would have to run for 1 hour continuous at a rate of about a little over 9 miles an hour. So you'd have to run 9 miles in 1 hour, which is fast.
Yeah.
And very difficult to do. And
right.
someone who's
I'm not running that fast.
Right.
So
not too many people are. But that's what it would take to burn that 1,000 calories. Like, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to burn 1,000 calories. Well, you're probably not.
So you're better to try to break it up. Maybe go for your half-an-hour jog, and maybe do some weight training, or work with your trainer for part of that. Rather than try to do it in one lump time.
But I think what's probably most important is that you do need to seek help. You need to get with somebody, sit down with somebody like you. It's very normal. Like
right.
It's like, oh, you don't know? Well, you're not supposed to know. Like
right.
Maybe,
this was a pretty intensive course. I learned like so much.
Right.
And it was, I feel like there is value in, sitting with someone who's going to encourage you and, not let you give up, keep you on track with your fitness program and with your meal plan and you want it to be. You don't want it to be a diet, because then it's when you're done with your diet, everything's going to sort of go back to status quo. Mm-hmm. So it's got to be a way of eating that you're going to be able to maintain, forever.
Right.
So you better like it.
Right. Well, I think that's brilliant, and I hope the people at home really get something out of that. Because it is like we say, like it is normal. It's if you don't know, that's okay. Ask for help. If your plumbing breaks, you call the plumber. So like if you can't take weight off, you need to see a professional, because people like Holly, people like myself, people like everybody else on the Tri-Jake Tribe or your local fitness place, these are people that know. Like we know we have some solutions, and then for you to take those solutions and honestly apply them to your life is where you're going to get the results. But it's certainly not easy. But you can do it. Like it
right.
is.
Develop a plan that you can implement. So if you're visiting with a professional for a while, develop a plan that you can implement, going forward, that will be, stay with you.
That's right. Well, thanks again for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
We're glad to have you on the team for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.